kind of brings up the topic as far as like what I've often, or I had this conversation with Pun not too long ago. We were talking about what it truly means to be better. As far as like some people perceive that simply being better means like winning a battle. Like how does your perception play as far as that?
I think it comes with the lane that you're in. If you're a battler, or you think you're a battler, and you lose all your battles, you're not a battler.
Right.
If you're a leader or supposed to be a leader, but you can't lead a horse to water, you're not a leader.
Right.
So knowing your lane, that's how you can tell if you're growing or not. That's how you can tell if you're effective or not. Right. But if you're just jumping in where you fit in because somebody else is doing it, you'll never be where you're supposed to be. Right. And I think that's where a lot of the West, East, North, and South, that they have to understand when building and trying to build resumes and talk about effectiveness and activity and all of that stuff is like, just showing up because you dance don't make you effective, don't make you active. It makes you just another number, another dancer. Your name doesn't mean anything if there's no weight to it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. I definitely perceive or see that a lot of people have this perception or this understanding that if I'm here, that means that I'm legitimate. Like I'm that person. I tell people, I was like, you don't get points for showing up.
And you don't get points just because you're under somebody that's tight.
No, indeed.
I've never used being under Solo as a crutch for being or getting into events or battling at events or being used or any shape, form, or fashion in this movement. Mm-hmm. I've been friends with Solo for as long as I can remember. I think I had, my daughter was just born when me and Solo became friends. I've never used Rapture or Eyes or anybody to move forward because my lane is different. My job is to build influence, mentor, teach, encourage, empower. That's my responsibility. So you would never see me tripping about why am I not getting booked, because that's not my lane. My job is to make sure the people in my community get booked. That's my job. Architects I never really remembered, but their work is always going to be used.
Absolutely.
Forever.
Yeah. I think that I talk about that all the time, is that, there's some people who are going to be the path in which people walk upon, and then there's going to be the people who are the pillars. Mm-hmm. You don't realize that those pillars are what's holding up that path for you to walk on.
100% agree.
Absolutely. So is there something that, that now that you've accomplished so much, in your lifetime and, simply just being in Crump, and you still got plenty of time ahead of you. How old are you now?
Whew. Transparency, I'm 35.
See, yeah, you straight. You ain't even there. You ain't even got no gray hairs. You be straight. So now that being a leader on two different coasts now, what's something that you would like to accomplish now?
Honestly,
conditioning that you have so much under your resume that even a lot of people from the Mecca can't even say that they have.
Yeah, honestly, I have literally accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish in Crump. I have an awesome fam. I have an awesome support system. I have my circle, just small circle.
Agreed.
That I can go to for support, be transparent with. I have my confidants. I have my constituents and I have my comrades, and I love them all equally. It's just that we move the way we move. I'm not gonna be that guy sending out, another West nigga gonna get killed off. You don't see me doing that because there's no point. Because it's gonna suck really bad if that was to happen. You go out there and be like, hey, yo, and then you got washed, and then it make you look like a liar, and that would be unfortunate. Because not only you took a L to an East Coast nigga, then now you're a liar too. Whew, that's some bad traits. It's very unfortunate.
Okay, let's see. We're definitely creating a narrative here, so I follow you. I follow you. Any desires to go overseas or anything?
I did travel a lot. So I've been everywhere that I wanted to go. Only traveling that I probably do outside of the U.S. will be support 7-Star in Canada, and that's my kids is old, man. I don't have to travel. I literally wholeheartedly have nothing else to prove in Crumble. I just want to see the communities grow effectively. I'm always going to be a leader. I'm always going to be a support to the community. Nobody can take that from me because it was never given. I earned that.
Right.
Nobody had to tell me to support. Nobody had to tell me to go travel. We hopped in a vehicle and traveled and drove to events on our own accord for years to support people. And people have done that for us. And, I want to continue that. And as I teach the younger guys coming up, I want them to do the same. Support, and that's how you get support. And it doesn't always come from the Crump community. Reach out to other people, build relationships, because those relationships can really, really last, and they can really help you move forward in different avenues in this movement. There's some doors that was opened up for us that would have never been opened up if we didn't have a relationship. So after the dance is over, we're still people. We're still men and we're still women. After the dance and the music is cut off, I'm still Jason. And I want people to understand the difference. Judge is judge when it comes to dance. Yeah, a lot of people didn't even know my real name, but transparency is I want people to understand the difference between the two. Crump, yeah, it is life, but real life, you have to support your first ministry, and that's your homes.
Absolutely. Agreed.
For many, many years, we had a bad reputation of being immature life-wise. Mm-hmm. Nobody's working. We living off each other, trying to make it happen, but nobody wanted to work. Nobody want to put in real work. And I'm not just talking about, we training people. I'm talking about working and supporting. I can't buy a t-shirt if I ain't got the money to even get into the event. Right. So how are you bringing value? Because you're a good dancer, I can train a good dancer. Right. Well, you can't train people to walk and live and act with integrity. Yeah. And that's part of it. We teach men how to be men. That's why I always reference back to what Al's been doing for many, many years. All the people that he's connected to and supported him, I respected that. It was many, many times, man, we on the East Coast, it was you just like Al in the South. Didn't know who he was at the time until I actually had a chance to meet him and see how they move and how they act and how they respect him as, and then being here and trying to relieve some of the pressure from him out here in the South. It's an honor, truly. I still have my responsibilities on the East. I still teach and I mentor those people. So a lot of people on the East, but the goal is, right now, Houston is home. This is where I pay taxes at. So whether they want to accept it as a South Side, whatever the case may be, I pay taxes here. So
I dig, man. Well, I mean, you rolled that up nice in the package and everything, man. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with you. Even the great Loaded Luck says that you can't teach business with free shit. So you can't teach nobody something that you ain't got yourself. So
exactly.
So I definitely agree, man. But
cause I got mine.
It is, the house is nice. Bro.
I got mine.
I'm trying to get where you at, man.
I never brag or anything like that, because you should never tell your left hand what your right hand is doing.
Facts.
But from hard work and support and doing the right thing by people will get you to where you need to get to. I came from the slums of Buffalo, crack alley, and living with friends and living out of my car and barely making it, trying to take care of my family, to moving to Baltimore, helping the community, building, to one car that barely worked in a townhome that I could barely afford, to moving to the South, 6-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 3 cars that I own. I'm not borrowing from anybody.
Talking shit.
I can brag all day for the stuff that I have, but it took hard work. And even in this movement, it took hard work and time. we failed relationships because I put this dance before people, before myself, before my relationships, before my children. And that sacrifice cost me. And that's why we're trying to create balance. I would never want nobody to make the same mistakes that I made. So as we move forward and as we mature, as leaders, we want to make sure we cultivate them and teach them the right way so they don't make go down the same paths that we went through. So they don't have to, because we did it already. It's like people say they paved the way. It's the same thing that we've done. And we honor that. There's some lanes that I didn't pave the way for. There's a lot of lanes that I didn't pave the way for. But the lanes that I did pave, I'm not expecting homage, but it should be recognized. And that's one of the things that, as we grow, we figure out. And that's what I'm figuring out now. How to promote the things that it's the past. What am I doing lately? I've been 15, 16 years strong without a break. Teaching sessions, labbing, teaching, mentoring. And a lot of people don't know a lot of y'all favorites sat in on this couch, other couch upstairs, trying to figure out life. And that's y'all favorites. Y'all favorites.
I guess you can add me to the list now.
That's one of those things that you guys, people don't understand. Know your history. Know who the people are connected to. There's just a lot of things that you can gain from certain people that you don't even know that bring value to this movement. I take nothing from the pillars and the vets, the OGs, the real ones. I don't take nothing from them. I honor them. My people that I looked up, Slayer was one of the guys that I looked up to since the beginning. Solo, Rapture, Crush, Hitman, Chez, Miho, Prissy, Baby C, Foolish, definitely Foolish. He was my favorite back in the day. But it's like as we grow, we want to make sure that I leave that same mark for the next generation.
Agreed. All right, my last question, man. What's up next for you, man? Any events we need to look out for? Any battles coming up?
Yeah. So we did brand Houston. Bear Witness is our brand, and we're doing the clothes. We've got t-shirts, hoodies, baseball tees. It's different because it's a different lane, but it's something that was needed for the community to say they own. It has nothing to do with Judge. This is Houston. We session, we train, we work together, we enjoy each other, and that's one of the things that we want to do differently. But for me, as far as battles after Tiny Eyes, whoever come, I don't typically turn down battles. So, but I'm not one of those people that people hunt after. Like I said, behind this, there's a lot of us that are behind the scenes that don't have to worry about the drama.
Right.
And I'm one of those. I don't do drama. You can talk about me all you want. I'll see you face to face eventually.
Exactly.
There's a couple of people that still say they owe me fades, and I ain't gonna never forget that.
That energy is always different in person. We already.
Oh yeah, I know. But it's just one of those things, man. I never forget where I come from, and I'm not fake. I've always been transparent, and I've always been straightforward. You can say what you want about me, but I probably will never say it to my face.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, man, thank you for your time, Judge. We definitely appreciate you, brother, having us out. It's a pleasure coming out here. You even got me a few combos, and I'm going to definitely try and drop on guns, you know what I'm saying? We're going to work it out, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time, man. Take care.
All right.